Hey guys, how you doing today? I have been growing this coleus all winter. It was a plant that I had it outside and I brought it in, put it in a pot, and I kept it going all winter. I had a few of them. I also have uh, this one. It's more of a purpley color. I had actually two of these, but I lost one. It just didn't make it. I did not have enough light for it. So, but what I want to do with this plant is going to be going outside. So, what I want to do is I want to cut it and propagate it into soil so I have more than one plant. Um, it has lost some of its color, but that's okay. It will darken back up. This is like actually the original color. But what I want to do is I've got a pot ready with a little bit of soil in it and I've got it all wet down. But what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut. I'm going to make the cuts that I want, and then I'll move the camera down and show you how I'm going to do this. Now, a few of these I accidentally broke, and they're not very strong. So I am going to go ahead and stick the ones that are flimsy in water to propagate and see if I can get them to root up that way. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those off, and then wherever I cut, they will start to regrow. See how flimsy that is? That's the one I'm going to put in water. And there's another one. There's actually a few of them. I'm trying to find, there's the one I broke. So I'm going to cut down lower, and then I'm going to cut that one right here. And I'm going to cut that, because this will all bush back out. And it is going to be going outside into a different pot. So, because I need this pot here for something else. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here. And then I'm going to cut these off in sections and try to get those rooted. I'll show you that. And then this one, it's got a new branch coming out right here. So I'm going to go ahead and make my cut right there. You can see the colors a little bit better maybe. Beautiful, beautiful little plant. Right here, I think I'll make a cut right there. And there. I'm just picking a node and taking some cuts. Alright, let's see what we got. She looks naked now, but it will grow better. Alright, I'm gonna move my camera. Okay, these are all the cuttings that I took off, and these were the little flimsy ones. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to cut up one more node on this. And then I'm gonna remove these bottom leaves and get her stuck down in some water. Since they're so flimsy, I figured the water would be better. And then this one, I'm gonna cut that off. And then I'm gonna remove these bottom leaves. Gonna make another cut. And I'll get her stuck down in water. These root out really nicely in water. I'm gonna go ahead and try this one, even though it's a side shoot branch. I'm gonna cut up another node and then get her stuck down. I'll have to put some more water in here. There we go. That'll root out nicely. And I might put one of my bigger pieces down in here. Okay, now let's see what we got here. I'm going to go ahead and remove these bottom leaves. I'm going to take off quite a bit of the leaves because I want, of the bottom leaves, because I want all the energy to go into making roots and not having very many leaves to keep alive up here. I'm going to go ahead and take these off. That way it only has these leaves to take care of. So I've got my soil in here and I already wet it down. And I'm going to go ahead and make a hole. Now I don't have this filled with a whole bunch of soil to the top because, like I said, these are going to be going outside. So they'll be planted outside. So I don't want to waste a whole bunch of my soil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these off. Get rid of as many of these bottom leaves as I can. Like that. Stick it down in the soil. And then I think I'm gonna put this piece in water. And this little tiny section in water. That way I can see if I can root these guys out. That's how I usually do it, is rooting them in water. But I watch Linda over at Linda Sue Plants for You do this by cutting, and I thought I would give it a try. Shoot, sorry you guys can't see what I'm doing. Did that again, took all the leaves off except for the very top. Make my hole. I think I'm going to have to put a little more soil in here. I was trying not to waste my house soil, but since these are all going outside, and I'm going to remove these bottom leaves. And then when I get done with these, they're going to be going out on my back porch. Along with my big plant. It sure is a pretty color. I love any of the burgundy. Taking off all those bottom leaves. Just gonna leave those tops on like that. Stick those down in. I had another coleus that I was trying to winter over, but that one did not make it. And then I had another one of these that didn't make it, of that color, which it was disappointing, but okay. And then this one I'm going to do the same thing, take all these leaves off. I'm just pinching them off. And then this one I think I'm going to stick in water too, because it's kind of small. And then once these start rooting out, they will go all together in this pot. This didn't make like a whole lot. I'm trying to see if I can cut. I think I'm going to cut this one and stick it in the middle. And the thing with these are, you don't want to make them real long to try to get them to root out. And you want to keep as few leaves on the top as you can, because you want it to work on rooting. And you're probably going to find they're going to be droopy for a few days. And if you cut them too long and they're not getting enough light, they're going to be droopy even longer. But they will bounce back usually. I mean, you might lose one or two in the process, but I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little more soil to this. Because like I said, I had it pretty, I didn't have a whole lot of soil in there because I didn't want to waste my house soil, but I guess it really doesn't matter. And then she's already watered down really well. And then once this plant starts rooting in, I will go ahead and start fertilizing it with my worm compost. And I already fertilized this big plant that I took the cuttings off of, and I fertilized the little plant. So they are like all ready to go. And once this one starts filling out a little bit more, once my big one starts filling out a little bit more, I will go ahead and take her outside and get her planted up where I want her. You can see some of the sticks that I lost. Just kind of cleaning her up at the moment. Because these were all cuttings from my plant from last summer. So it held on, but it didn't do the greatest. I just didn't have the light wasn't bright enough, and until you find the right lighting for coleus, I mean, yeah, you can grow them in the house. Um, if you have the right lighting and enough space, because that is a lot of my issues sometimes is I just don't have the space. But I really, really wanted to save this plant because I love the colors, and it seems like every time I find an outside plant that I love, um, I can go back the next year and try to find it as far as an annual, and then I usually can't find it again for one reason or another. But alright guys, so there we go. It's really easy to propagate coleus, and we will check on these guys as soon as I start seeing some growth coming out of them and get ready to put them outside. We'll take another look at them. And I need this pot, so hopefully this one can probably go out, but that was actually my plan, was to take it out today and plant it after I propagated it. But it's been raining here all day, so I can't win for losing. I get a couple days outside in the garden, and then it rains or it gets cold again. So, alright guys, that is it on the coleus. Propagating it either way, water or soil, works pretty good. I know the ones for a fact in the water, they root out really, really quickly. So this will give me 4 plants of this color, and hopefully I can get down to the greenhouse and get some more. I really, really like the coleus. It works so great in shady areas in the yard for some type of color. But really, really pretty little plant. So, alright guys, that's it. I will talk to you later. You have a great day. Bye.